After a string of recent discoveries by its $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope, NASA tweeted, "Webb's first full-color images are now the world's to enjoy. We hope you found them as meaningful and beautiful as we did." So if you are a space enthusiast like us, you must have seen the James Webb Space Telescope's first full-color images of a stellar nursery that revealed a group of invisible stars never seen before, a cartwheel galaxy, beautiful planetary rings of a nebula, and the deepest image of our universe ever captured. And no doubt, like everyone else, you must have felt like the mesmerizing and jewel-bedecked images were sucking you right into outer space. But here's a question. Are the images taken by the James Webb Space Telescope real? You might be thinking, what? Where did that come from? Well, no doubt the images that the telescope has managed to produce, including those of the Carina Nebula and a large group of galaxy clusters, are mind-blowing and bedazzling. A controversy has recently taken the famed telescope images discoveries by storm. What is this conspiracy we're talking about? Are the pictures that the JWST has managed to capture and hypnotize the world with real or fake? What exactly is going on? If you are curious to know what we are talking about, then watch the video till the end. Also, if you want to know the latest on the James Webb Space Telescope, NASA news, and other space updates, click the like and subscribe buttons. So, coming back to the point, things took a nasty turn for NASA's James Webb Space Telescope that was bathing in praise and glory when conspiracy theorists sparked a fake furor against these images captured by the acclaimed telescope. These critics claim that the images have been photoshopped, manipulated, and staged using various props, including a kaleidoscope, and are therefore fraudulent. Here are some of the tweets and comments that will give a clearer context of what actually happened. One critic claimed that a graphic designer at NASA should get credit for creating the space images. Another Telegram user chimed in, "A trick in photography is to put a sheer stocking over the lens pulled tight, and then you'll get light sparkles. Welcome to 1980s glamour shots, NASA." While some Twitter users also weighed in on the debate, slamming the new photographs as fake pictures. "Come on, it's so edited," one of them tweeted. While another tweet read, "Is anyone watching the fake information NASA is live streaming about the James Webb Telescope that's up there? So now they'll continue to show us computer-generated HD pictures, not video, mind you." But is this true? Are the images that JWST took really fake or just science? The simplest answer to this is both a yes and a no. No, they are not fake at all. And yes, they are science. Let us explain. You see that as light travels through space, it gets stretched by the expansion of the universe. This is why many of the most distant objects shine in infrared light, which is longer in wavelength than visible light. Therefore, it is also the reason why, in order to observe ancient light and spatial phenomenon that are at a greater distance or obscured by spatial dust, scientists need an infrared detecting telescope, such as the James Webb Space Telescope. But even with the James Webb Space Telescope, we cannot see the raw data because our eyes are not built to see in infrared. As a result, scientists have to make adjustments to turn JWST's raw data into something humans can see in order to appreciate it. This is a hard task, as JWST can take images in up to 27 filters that capture different ranges on the infrared spectrum. Therefore, to turn these into something that human beings can observe, scientists need to categorize and represent each frequency that humans cannot see differently. But at the same time, they also have to rely on the same physical properties that humans are familiar with. See, that does not sound easy at all, does it? So how do scientists do this? Scientists at first isolate the most useful dynamic range for a given image and scale the brightness values to unlock the most details. They then assign each infrared filter a color from the visible range of the spectrum. The shortest wavelengths get blue, and longer ones move to green and red. After these are added together, All that's left are the normal white balancing, contrast, and color adjustments that any photographer might make. But does this not justify the claim of conspiracy theorists that NASA's James Webb Space Telescope is just making up colors for different images? No, that's not what this means. According to Klaus Pontoppidan, a JWST researcher, he negates the claim and clarifies that infrared colors are just as real as visible colors. What we do with Webb is not making up colors. Rather, what these scientists do is that they maintain an order. Blue color means shorter wavelengths, red color means longer wavelengths. You can think of it as a translation of a language you don't understand. If you had infrared eyes, this is the way you may see. For instance, consider the first images of the Carina Nebula taken by the JWST shows never before seen galaxies and stars. What scientists do is that they put much of the interesting data in spreadsheets or in spectrographs, charts that show the presence of specific elements based on the frequencies of light reflected, absorbed, or emitted by an object in space. As a result, the image of the nebula via different filters show that each wavelength gives off a different color. So for instance, the wavelength emitted by atomic hydrogen is in blue, while there are signatures of molecular hydrogen in green and complex hydrocarbons in red. Resultantly, scientists believe that it may go without saying that these images captured by the JWST aren't photographs, they're data visualizations. The various sensors on the Webb telescope measure that energy and send that data back to Earth, where it can be rendered into something human eyes can see. So, here comes the real question. Are the photos real or fake? Are these visualizations fake? The answer is no. They are as real can be. And that sent a sigh of relief, didn't it? What makes these images different is by what their creators are trying to communicate. On a clear day, for instance, seeing the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco is easy. But what happens on a foggy day? If you had the right infrared camera, it would help you peer through the fog, and the image produced of the bridge behind the fog would be similar to the images that you see every other day. And this choice to go for a powerful telescope that can see beyond fog and dust should be ever more important when taking pictures of something that is at a greater distance in light years away versus mere miles. Scientists then become agents acting as designers who try to communicate specific findings to their audiences who may not be able to see the findings with their naked eyes. And therefore, although this rendering process can make people suspicious of these images, the truth is more interesting. Just like any dataset, measurements of light in the universe can be manipulated. But rest assured, scientists have standards and techniques to ensure that their visualizations convey useful information about the world, just like economists trying to put their finger on rising inflation. So yes, conclusively, the images are real because if the James Webb Space Telescope images aren't what your eyes would see, that makes them science, not fake. And for us, we believe that, as you know, presentation is key, so why not experience a bit of color to an existing beauty that we would not be able to witness with our naked eyes? Conclusively, in the clearest sense, the telescope's enhanced vision gives us a truer representation of what these cosmic objects look like than our relatively limited eyes could do, which is a huge blessing for space enthusiasts like you and us. With that said, do you think the images are fake? Or do you agree that processing JWST's raw data enhances what is already there and makes it more beautiful? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, do press the like and tap the subscribe button to stay notified and keep watching amazing videos about space telescopes, NASA news, and other space updates. See you in our next video.